Alright, so today marks 5 years since the passing of Dave Mirra, an absolute icon, not just in BMX, but all across action sports itself. He actually had a huge impact in the riding of today's generation, believe it or not. A lot of the flare variations wouldn't have been possible without influencing other riders like he did. And influencing riders is actually something he did pretty regularly. He had a huge impact on my riding style and my riding career, actually. At the time, I was riding on the flow team for Haro bikes, and he saw my potential and ended up hooking me up with Mirra and put me on the Mirra flow team. Here's a photo of him and I, and actually shortly after this, I ended up competing in Dew Tour and just sitting on the same deck ramp as him. And just that presence and the confidence that he had everywhere he rode was super influential in my riding itself. Just made me feel really confident when I got up on the deck. So we'll talk a little bit more about that because I have a tribute that I made 5 years ago that I posted on Vimeo. One of my friends filmed it, edited it, made it look super epic, but the unfortunate thing is the music is copyrighted on YouTube. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of a voiceover to give you guys an idea on where my mindset was when I was filming this, because it was very surreal, sad, uplifting. I was going through a bunch of different emotions. So I'm gonna let the video speak for itself, because I did have a tribute video section where I was talking about how influential he was as a person, a rider, just digging me out of the dark hole that I was in at the time. So let's just roll the clip.
I'd like to first off and say that Mirra was an inspiration to everyone in BMX who picked up a bike. My first encounter seeing Dave Mirra was when I was 18 years old, skipping class and going to the local library and going through magazines, and the first thing you turn the page to is an ad of Dave Mirra for DC and Haro, because at the time he had a DC ad on the very last page and a Haro ad on the first page, and it was the wall slap on the backboard that got my attention and drew me into BMX, and definitely dug me out of a dark hole I was in at the time of my life. Fast forward that 12 years later, and I'm hanging out with Dave at a bar, and I got to tell him exactly what that photo meant to me and pulling me out of my rough spot in my life. And it definitely hit me hard to find out what happened to Dave, and I really wanted to commemorate him in the best possible way in my eyes, and try to reenact the wall slap. So this is for you, Dave, and everybody out there should ride for Mirra.
Now starting out, I mean, my buddy Eric Silver was absolutely killing it with the filming of this video. I mean, absolutely insane. Made my buddy Dan, who's building the ramp right there, look so epic. And I cannot give a bigger shout out to Dan for making this happen. I mean, he's always made my visions become a reality, and this was no exception. I mean, he just absolutely killed it. Right there, I was pegless at the time, and the gold pedals were actually a tribute to Dave because he ran a gold bike in X Games. So it's still pretty much a thing right now, you know, gold pedals for Mirra. Pretty epic filming you see right here, that slow-mo shot, kind of cruising. I was super nervous to make this happen. This is like 8 a.m. You know, church was still in session. The church is in the background there, and just cranking at that thing full speed. I'm gonna have to rewind that. Cranking at that thing full speed had me so scared because I didn't know what to expect going up to it, and I was trying to put myself in the same mindset as Dave. Like, he just made it look so casual. Like I was saying before, he did it for DC shoes. He did it on many occasions. Actually, there was a video where he drug around a kicker ramp like I made right there, and drug it all around his town in North Carolina and just started sessioning it with his friends. I would love to do that. I think that's something I need to do in the near future as another tribute to Dave, because Dave was such an influential rider to myself, and I kind of want to just keep that legacy going. So we're gonna watch this again, and it was just absolutely insane. Just an insane feeling of doing that wall slap. So crazy. And here's a sick drone shot too of the same wall slap right there. Oh my gosh. There's a really cool shot right here. I'm gonna show you this photo that my buddy Eric got after the fact. He was under the rim. It turned out so sick. It's one of my favorite photos that was ever taken of me, and I could not be more proud of it, being that it was for Dave.
You can never run, but you said you'd run with me.
Bless you, that's too hot.
Unfortunate. I was trying my hardest to commemorate Dave with other stuff that really scared me as well. Unfortunately, it won't be making the video just because I destroyed my wheel. But I'll try to film another edit here with Eric Silver and step up the game a little bit. Thanks, guys.
this time.
And as you heard there in the end of the video, I was trying to do something special for Dave, and I wasn't able to make it happen because also that filmer that I was filming with at the time no longer lives around here. So maybe I can possibly make that happen. I still have that kicker ramp. That kicker ramp's in my backyard. It's 5 years old. I definitely need to do some work on it to be able to get that thing revamped. And if you guys have any suggestions for different ways I can keep this legacy alive for Dave, put them in the comments below. I mean, I've done other stuff like this for Dave. This was actually before Dave's passing at Woodward camp. Check this out. Another one of my favorite shots right there. My buddy Josh absolutely killed it. I also would not have been able to make that happen if it wasn't for my friends Zane Bradley, Jordan Prince, and Keith Schmidt. I mean, they made this a reality, which was absolutely insane because we were just sitting in lot 8 and my buddy Josh, who took the photo, was like, yo man, we just need to do something awesome, something that hasn't been done here at Woodward. And I was like, dude, when I was a kid, I used to just play Dave Mirra's game, and like the goal was always to try to do the stalls on the golf cart. I was like, you think it's possible? And he's like, I don't know man, a storm's about to roll in. And at the time, there was a videographer for a certain online magazine who was like super negative. Like he was up on the deck and he was like, dude, you're not getting that, man. There's no way you're pulling that. No way you're pulling that. And I'm like, yeah, watch this. Happened second go. The first go is where you saw me land on the roof right here. It's really windy. You can kind of hear it in the background, but it was one of my favorite shots. Actually, it's a really tough choice between that one and the wall slap. So I want to try to keep it going. So with that being said, if you guys have any suggestions, put them in the comments below. And if you guys like this video, drop a like. If you love it, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ride for Mirra, Mirra forever.